Good evening, everybody. Hopefully this will work. Let's see, let's bring up the scene. There we go. Oh, goodness. So suspended about 6 minutes into a video. I'm going to try to do this again. If I get suspended a second time, then we may just not be able to watch it. But we're going to try. We're going to try to watch this again. We're going to try to do this. Now, I am not watching from the beginning. I'm watching from 6 minutes in because I'm not going to start the thing over. Most people have already watched me do this. So, let me see if I can bring up a new chat. Get everything to work. Let's see if I can do it and get it to work. Because this is bullshit. So let's go ahead and get my chat back open, get everything back up here so I got everything working again. And we'll see if I can get this thing to work. Because honestly, I don't understand why I got suspended from that last live stream. But for those that are watching this in a VOD later, whatever, for this pre-recorded, we're going to go over a video that I've been sent by, you know, so many links have sent this video to me, and they're like, you need to react to this video. So basically, for those that need to be caught up on what's happened, because I'm not going to rewatch a whole 6 minute video, is this guy goes to Rutgers and he's doing all these tests and things on bed bugs, okay? So where we left off is the guy's getting eaten up with bed bugs, and he's allowing them to let bed bugs feed on his blood, all right? So let's go ahead and get back. Now, if I get suspended again, I'll have to turn it off, and we won't get to react to this video, or I'll just go over some stuff that he did in the video, whatever. But people have done a lot of reactions to this already, and I'm just doing what my audience has asked me to do. So let's see if we can get this to work again. Now, I've made the window small. All right, I made it small, so it looks like crap. It don't look good. And I'm sending people to this video. I have absolutely no problem linking to this video and sharing this video. But it's got 23.4 million subscribers to this guy's channel. He's got 7.7 million views already on this video. I want to show something here. He's you know, one of the best things about life is you can pick any topic and dive deep through. Okay, so that's what he's talking about. He's talking about bed bugs. This is what he did. All right, so I'm gonna show this video. We're gonna go over this.
10, Professor.
1 bonus.
Oh, that one's turning red already. Could you imagine just some people who have a bad infestation just every night? Like, this is what their leg looks like.
Now, I've been in houses like this. I've been in houses this bad, where you go in and people are getting bit by more than this. Way, way, way more bed bugs than this.
Get thousands of bites.
A night?
Yeah, a night.
They're getting bigger and bigger by the second.
Oh, you better not start mating on me.
This one finished.
Okay, I don't like your attitude. Let's get rid of this guy.
Professor.
All right, so let's see. Let's skip in, because I'm not going to watch the whole thing, because I really don't want to get, you know, this thing cut off of me again. But we're going to go through this part right here, because I really thought this was interesting. So he's gotten these, you know, he's got them all in these Petri dishes now, you know, and then you go into this, where is it? It's right in here.
It was time to run our experiments and head into the vault sealed by the huge wooden door. All right, so we're here in the bedbug test chamber. We've set up a bunch of tests in here. So for example, in these two, we have these dishes, basically
Okay, now this is absolutely wrong. These dishes, he pulls out, he talks about, these dishes are what they call interceptors. It's really common for people to install these on the legs of their bed. They do not work in the way that he says they do. They do if you catch the bed bug quick enough, but most of the time you're asleep and you won't catch them before they actually get out, or they get back up the leg, or they get out of them.
and climb up the wall, then they get stuck in this trough.
You see, now he's trying to say how they can't get back up, like they can't get out. They get stuck in there, and that works to an extent, but they can absolutely climb out of these. I have witnessed them climbing out of these, and this goes along the premise that bedbugs can't climb up a vertical surface or a slick surface, and that's not true. They absolutely can eventually get out. They do have a harder time crawling out of a slick surface than, say, like a spider or an ant or a flea or something like that, but they do get out. They can absolutely get out of these little traps. So I just wanted to show that. I wanted to explain.
It's too slippery to climb out. Inside each of these troughs, there's a little vial of this good smelling stuff.
Now see, that's where he was saying. He's trying to say that these work and they can't get out of them because they're too slick, but that's absolutely not true. Yeah, double-sided tape works a lot better. Papa Bear talked in chat, said double-sided tape. I have seen people catch double-sided tape, bed bugs in double-sided tape. So, but anyway, let's skip in because I don't want to watch the whole thing. Might make Mama YouTube mad at me, you know. So let's see. Let's go in here. Now, he does some experiments. He talks about bed legs. He, let's see. What's this?
And then finally, we tested this fogger spray at the highest elevation in any given room. So their logic is just crawl up any vertical object you see until you eventually find a warm-blooded meal at the top. So this is to mimic a bedpost, and we do have an attractant in both trays. The hypothesis is that this test, where we treated a surface with each of these 3 products you could buy at the local.
All right, so let's look at these products. Now, these are the 3 products that he decided to use. Now, I've been trying to bring up these exact ones that he's got. He's got pyrethroid-resistant bedbug killer, okay? So let's look up that. Let's bring up a window over here. We're going to look this up over on the side, okay? We'll put this over here so we use it for reference, okay? So let's do bedbug killer, and we'll go to hot shot. So I'm going to compare these. I want to actually compare what he's using because most of the time, see, there it is. There's the chemical he's using right there. So let's go there. This is on Amazon, all right? This is $8.79. That's how much you'd pay for that little bottle of Hot Shot Killer, okay? It has, let's see if we've got a label. I may not get a label on Amazon. I'm not exactly sure. We're going to look and see. It doesn't have any information. That's no fun. Let's see. Oh, there we go. It's cypermethrin. Okay, that's cypermethrin, which is a synthetic pyrethroid, which they should be resistant to. That shouldn't kill them. And then we're going to go with pyrethroid resistant. So see, this is a pyrethroid right here. Then this little bottle says it's pyrethroid resistant bedbug killer. So that is for the resistant. So let's see if we've got that. Let's actually look on Amazon. Let's see if we can find it on Amazon. Hot shot pyrethroid. How do you spell that? I'm always horrible at that. Resistant bedbug killer. And that's an aerosol. So there's this one. Pyrethroid resistant. I think that's right. No, there it is. There's the one he's got right there. That's at Lowe's. That may not have as good a label as the other. And of course, this is diatomaceous earth. We all know what that is. If you've been on my channel anytime in the last, 6 years. That site's not loading, so we're going to close that. We're going to try and see if we can see it on this one. It says, what is the actives in this? Active ingredient, all right. We got, so this is, I believe this is a, let's look this up, because I'm not exactly sure what this is. Permethrin. I think that's permethrin. I think that's what it says. Yep, that's permethrin. So that's a synthetic pyrethroid. That's a synthetic pyrethroid. That one is. And then we get this one. Let's see what this one right here is. Thank you, Joe. Cyclopentane? What is that in? Does anybody know what that's in? I'm not sure. Trying to find something it's in that I'm more familiar with. But either way, one of those is a pyrethrin. Pyrethroid. So, but anyway, they're both basically the same exact ingredient. This one is cypermethrin. They are two different ingredients. This is the cypermethrin. This is permethrin. Cypermethrin, permethrin. Almost identical. Almost.
A hardware store specifically marketed to kill bed bugs. And then finally, we tested this fogger spray, also...
Okay. Foggers are crap. They won't kill bed bugs. You have to treat into cracks. And he sets this thing off.
specifically designed for killing bed bugs.
And I don't recommend doing that either. Alright, let me explain to you what he's doing and why this is a really bad idea what he's doing. Alright, he's playing and he's acting and he's being so funny guy. Alright, but he should be, if he's going to stand in a room and set off a fogger in a room with a fogger, he should have something over his face not breathing in that vapor. Because that vapor is going in the air. You see, it's already all the way up right here at his face. Okay? That, you cannot inhale that. That can cause serious health problems. Anyone in here that's an exterminator knows that you do not set off a fogger while you're in the room with it. You set it off and you wear a respirator.
Godspeed, little fellas. And then we set it off, leaving 3 dishes of exposed bed bugs at different spots in the same room. And so as a final step, we placed the bed bugs at the center of each of the 6 trays in the bed bug vault, and we were underway. The experiment's all set up. We're gonna close the wooden, when in fact, he was...
Alright, so this is one here. So there's the experiments. I'm not going to watch all of that because I'm going to try to speed through this because really we're here to answer questions too. But let's go into this bed now. He goes into
try
a
out
bedroom.
some new treatment approaches. And after entering the apartment, it didn't take long to find our first culprit, the bed bug here, which the professor told me was dead.
But it's not.
When in fact, he was just a good faker. By the way, this is a bit of a warning that some people might find the next few minutes a little gross, so skip ahead a bit if you just want to see the results of the test. It turns out 1 in 1,000 houses or apartments have bed bugs in the US today, which might sound bad.
I would actually assume that that's more. He says that it's, 1 in 1,000 homes, but I'd probably go so hard to say that it's probably even less than that, maybe even 1 in 500 homes. But maybe it's just because I'm an exterminator and I'm getting the calls for bed bugs, but I would assume that it's more than that.
Super wild bed bug fact number 4. Before 1950, it was 1 in 3 houses that had bed bugs. Hence the origin of the saying, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Midnight to 3 a.m. is typically their most active time, and it takes a little more than 10 minutes. And if you plug in the cord, you get an adorable little baby. And just like in pretty much all the rest of nature, female bed bugs...
Now he talks about the way they mate. I don't need to really go over that. There's some bad bed bug infestation. We don't really need to watch that either. They're using some steam here. We won't go over that. Cockroaches, and he runs like a girl because he's terrified. Sorry to the ladies that wouldn't run from cockroaches. I'm not trying to say all women run from cockroaches. I'm sure Kristen runs to the cockroaches.
Florida, they can
Because you
fly
watch
too.
him.
But here, temperature is cold.
So if it was a little warmer in this lab, they would fly?
They will fly.
Oh my god! So we made our way...
He's scared. But not all cockroaches fly, actually. A lot of cockroaches actually don't fly. All right, so here is their results from the test. Let's see if we can get this.
Nothing to repel bed bugs. And of course that
So he basically says these don't work, which I already know that.
confirms our hypothesis, considering bed bugs don't even have ears. Not to mention that apartment we visited had a couple plugs. So this ultrasonic pest repeller did nothing. If anything, it attracted them. We had 120 bed bugs with the ultrasonic sensor. Over here for the control, we had 101. Clearly that does nothing to repel bed bugs. And of course that confirms
So they don't do anything. Just so you know, those are a waste of money. I think I've talked about this on my channel before, but don't buy those sonic
our
repellers. They don't
hypothesis,
work.
considering bed bugs don't even have ears. Not to mention that apartment we visited had a couple plugged into the wall themselves. So definitely save your money on that one. Next up was the vertical post test.
Now, why does a laboratory that knows these things don't work on bugs have them plugged in? See, that's what I don't understand that.
is wild. There are so many over here by the vertical post, literally none over here on the other side. And the remaining 4 tests all had similar results, so I'll just show the average, which was around 4 bed bugs trapped in the dish that was surrounded by either the dryer sheets, mothballs, baking soda, or essential oils, with around 26 bugs trapped in the control. These results clearly show bedbugs prefer to avoid these 4 items because they all have a really strong scent and bedbugs have a really good sense of smell, but they don't do anything to kill the bedbugs. According to the professor, these act more as an annoyance, but the bedbugs would gladly walk over them if it was between temporarily having to deal with the smell and starving to death.
Exactly. That's right. People will take dryer sheets and sandwich them between their mattress and their box spring and think that the dryer sheets will keep the bed bugs away from them. It's really common to pick up a mattress and find, 30. I've seen a whole box of dryer sheets. Like, they just laid them all out, all over between the box spring and the mattress. And they absolutely don't really stop them at all. Yeah, they smell funny, and the bed bugs don't necessarily like to crawl near them because they smell funny. But if you're the only choice of a blood meal, they will absolutely crawl over one of those. It doesn't kill them. They just don't like the smell. It's like if you're really hungry and the only place you can go is to the salad bar, but you gotta walk past a man that hasn't bathed in a week. Yeah, he's gonna stink, but you're hungry and the only place you can get food is you gotta walk past the smelly man. I think you'll walk past the smelly man to get a bite to eat. That's the same exact premises. Just because these things smell funny, it doesn't mean it's going to keep the bed bugs away. And they don't. They absolutely don't keep the bed bugs away.
As for the residual effect test with the pesticides specifically engineered to kill bed bugs, it was even worse news.
Oh, now that's interesting there. Okay, now I did not catch this before when I watched this. Let me show you this. Let me show you what he's done. I did not... Oh, I got to get back to that spot. Where is it?
And starving to death. As for the residual effect test with the pesticides...
There you go. You've got bedbug killer, which we've already looked up. Pyrethroid. This is diatomaceous earth. Apprehend. They actually used a pesticide that is professional grade that I have talked about on my channel. I have talked about Apprehend.
Specifically...
Actually...
temporarily having to deal with the smell and starving to death. As for...
What did he use? Apprehend, apprehend, apprehend. Hot shot, hot shot, hot shot. Hot shot, hot shot, hot shot. Diatomaceous earth. And then water. Okay. Alright. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I had that right, that what all was in those petri
For the
dishes.
residual effect test with the pesticides specifically engineered to kill bed bugs, it was even worse news. The spray, aerosol, and fogger bed bug killers all killed about 12% of the bed bugs after...
Okay, now he didn't talk about apprehend. Notice that.
After 10 days. And before you go all glass half full and think, well, 12% is better than nothing, our control, which was just water, also had a 12% mortality rate. So it's literally not better than nothing. According to Professor Wong, part of the reason for these terrible results is that many strains of bedbugs have developed immunity to a lot of these chemicals over the years, and he thinks in 10 years, all bedbugs will be immune.
Okay, now I want to explain something right now. I'm gonna cut away and I want to look at you directly. I want to explain something to you. He did not mention apprehend at all. Okay? He did not give you the results of apprehend. He did not. He gave you the results of hot shot. That's all he said. And a fogger. That's all he said. Basically what you could buy at Walmart. He told you the same thing that I tell you, is that those really don't work. The bed bugs have developed a resistance to things like hot shot. They don't work. But apprehend absolutely kills bed bugs. So ask yourself, you're sitting here watching this with me, ask yourself, why would he leave out apprehend? Why wouldn't he explain how well apprehend works? Why? Why not? That's a good question. Isn't that a really good question?
And this sort of makes sense because they're constantly undergoing localized mass extinction events when people try and spray them. And only the most hardy minorities survive each time and pass on their increasingly pesticide-resistant genes.
Okay, so that's about pesticide resistance. We've gone over that even on the channel as well. Let's go over here to diatomaceous earth and we'll talk about that. Let's see if I can get this thing to play.
It sticks to their exoskeleton, as you can see here under the microscope, and they die from dehydration in a matter of hours to days.
Hours to days. Now he's saying they die from hours to days. And days is the problem with diatomaceous earth. So if it takes days for a bedbug to die after being exposed to diatomaceous earth, the problem is that the diatomaceous earth, while it is killing them, they're still able to lay eggs and reproduce. That's the problem with That's one of the problems with diatomaceous earth. Not to mention it's not healthy to breathe.
We're eating lunch right after this, which is a bad idea in hindsight. The best part here is they end up transferring this to each other back in their hiding spots. And since every organism needs water to live, they can never develop immunity to it. There's also one more bit of really good news, and that's bedbugs die at 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, instantly.
Now, if you're going to put the heat directly on a bedbug, yeah, it'll kill them. It'll kill them. If you put them in the dryer, it'll kill them. They can't get away from it.
This is also 100% effective, and there's no way to build immunity to it. And a really easy way to get a bedbug to 120 degrees, as we demonstrated earlier, is with a clothes dryer or a steamer, or if you want the nuclear option, you can work with professionals to heat your entire house to that temperature.
And I don't recommend that. That's not viable. That is not a viable solution. Heating your entire house up like an easy bake oven is not viable. Don't you want a house to live in that isn't damaged through heat damage? You don't want that.
Now that we have a better sense of what does and doesn't work, let's talk about what to do if you actually get bed bugs. And the first thing to point out is the best way to get rid of them is to not get them in the first place. And the most common way people get bed bugs is through traveling. So when you get to your room, here are 3 simple tips.
Now this is not true. Okay, the most common way that you get bed bugs now is not through travel. They've proven this over the last 10 years that the most common way to get bed bugs now is not through travel. It's through close communication with friends, relatives, and where you work. It is more likely now for you to get bed bugs from people you know than from a Holiday Inn. You're much more likely to get them from people you know. This is old data. This is based on very old data from like the 90s and the early 2000s. Now, because of the widespread of bed bugs, you're more likely to get bed bugs from someone you know than from a hotel. Actually, I stay in a lot of hotels. I do a lot of long-distance bed bugs over the state of Virginia. I stay in a lot of hotels. I hardly ever find them anymore. I took 2 vacations last year. I took my kids to Disney, and I took them on a cruise, and we stayed at 2 hotels on the cruise. We did 1 hotel on the way to the cruise. We stayed in a hotel on the way away from the cruise. 2 completely different hotels, different price ranges, and neither one of them had bed bugs or even a sign of bed bugs. I don't believe that bed bugs are as bad in a hotel. I think they're worse in homes. But that's something they've already proven.
First, pull back the bed sheets and check the corners
Now this
of
is
the
right.
mattress now that you know what to look
This
for.
is absolutely
Second, don't
correct.
save a suitcase on the bed.
If you do this is all correct except the part where he puts a suitcase in the bathtub. I'm sorry, spoiler alert. But he is right. This is one of the ways you check your bed. But actually, I would go so far as to say, if you go back to this piece right here,
here are 3 simple tips. First,
you need to look under the box spring. You're going to find bed bugs will live under the box spring. A lot of times you won't find them here at all, especially if it's somebody that just brought them in the night before. A lot of times the bed bugs will hide up underneath the box spring, not actually on the sheets themselves, because these should be new. These should have been changed.
Pull back the bed sheets and check the corners of the mattress now that you know what to look for. Second, don't set your suitcase on the bed or the floor. Instead, set it on the luggage rack, or if for some reason you feel like you need to be extra cautious, the bathtub. And third, don't put your clothes in the hotel drawers or leave them just lying around. Whatever you're not wearing should just stay in your luggage or hanging up on the hangers. Alright, so you were super careful when staying in the hotel on travel, but then you got back and bought that couch on Craigslist for a smoking deal?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't buy used furniture.
And now you got bed bugs in your home. In Professor Wong's experience, you don't actually need to spend $4,000 hiring an exterminator.
I agree
as
with
long
that.
as you know there's 3 steps for defense and 3 for offense. First step for defense, you put your bed in a bag.
That's not a good idea. You do that now if you buy your bed and you don't want your mattress to get bed bugs in it, you put it in a mattress encasement then. You don't put it in a mattress encasement after you have bed bugs. That's not effective at all.
You can buy these mattress and box spring encasements off Amazon, and once you zip them around your bed, basically seal in any bed bugs currently living inside.
Do you know how many times I've gone behind people that have used bed-in-a-bags, these mattress encasements, and found that they've ripped and torn and the bed bugs have come out of them? It's not viable. This is not viable. This is never viable, ever. Never. Now, to protect your investment, yeah, because the bed bugs will live on these, they won't live on your mattress. But not after you've already gotten infestation. Don't do this. This is a very, very, very bad idea.
Just remember, they can live up to 300 days, so you can't take it off for a year.
See, they live up to 300 days, and you can't take it off for a year, but this crap will rip and tear and get frayed around the edges if it stays on your bed for a year. If you leave your sheets on your bed for a year, just the sheets you sleep on, they will get tears in them. You have to take them off and you have to wash them. They get dirt on them. They get rubbed back and forth just from friction, and they will tear. Absolutely tear. I've seen it a lot.
And they not only trap in any current bed bugs, but they also remove all the mattress hems and clever hiding spots they love to use. Number 2, your clothes dryer. Wash and dry your clothes and sheets at least once a week.
This is correct.
More often doesn't hurt.
That's right.
Importantly, you want to wash them in hot water and dry them on the highest heat setting.
I would go so far as to say you should dry your sheets and covers first, because bed bugs can swim. And this is actually advice given in the Virginia State Manual about bed bugs, is they say you should dry your clothes before you wash them, because bed bugs can actually swim in the water, and the water changes temperature. Even if your hot water heater is set to 120 to 135 degrees, the hot water is hot enough to kill them, but the problem is the heat transfers, and by the time it gets to your actual washing machine, it's not 120 degrees anymore. It may be hot, but it's not hot enough to kill them.
Because it's impossible for them to survive this. Number 3, simplify and declutter. Simplify the room to take away any hiding spots by putting clutter into plastic bags or totes. They aren't interested in clean clothes, but dirty clothes smell nice to them.
That's
so
correct.
It's good to also store those in a plastic bag or tote until you're ready to wash them. Also, move your bed away from the wall so the only way they can...
Now, this is a really good step. This is actually really good advice. I advise doing this. You really should. If you're treating for bed bugs, you should push your bed away from the wall, because any other way that the bed bugs could possibly get in and avoid the chemical you've used, you want to try to prevent that. You want to try to force them up the bed leg, which you would treat that spot with Crossfire, and that way when they do crawl up the bed leg, they die, and they don't try to crawl up the wall and get onto a new place, maybe a spot you might have missed when you were spraying.
Get on the bed is by climbing up the legs. So that's the 3 steps for defense. Now for the offense. Number 1, vacuum. Make sure you vacuum the bedroom floor and the bed area once a week. Just be sure to empty anything you've collected into a bag and into the trash. At number 2, we've got
I would go so far as to take your vacuum and use one with a vacuum bag. A vacuum bag vacuum is not very expensive, and you can use it for the bed bugs and then just throw away the bag. And then you don't have to worry about the mistake of possibly spilling bed bugs somewhere if you're going to vacuum. This is not good. I know you all know that I'm already going to say this. Anyone who's been on my channel for longer than 5 minutes knows I hate this crap.
Tenacious Earth, which as you recall was the superstar
But I'm gonna let him get his spiel in. Watch what he says.
from our tests. You should definitely apply this around the bed, but it's especially useful in penetrating the cracks and crevices close to the bed, including around and behind power outlets. The key is applying just a light dusting like this. If you leave it in clumps, it will actually backfire and not be as effective because they'll just navigate around it. And
Now that's true. So this is one of the things that I try to explain to people. And I will tell you, this is actually a really good...
It's close to the bed,
Now you watch that duster.
including around and behind power outlets.
You see how it's just like a cloud? That is how you apply a dust. That is the correct way to apply a dust. So you're not, so it does lay really fine so the bug doesn't see it as a dust. But the problem with diatomaceous earth, and the reason I don't recommend using diatomaceous earth, is because diatomaceous earth will mix with the dust particles in your air. So when you have dusty house, if you haven't dusted in a while, and you let the sun shine bright through a window, and you look through the rays of sunlight, you can see the particles of dust floating in the sunlight. Okay? When you have I have ceiling fans in my house. If I turn a ceiling fan in my house and get some air movement, and even just the air conditioner, and get some air movement in the house, the air currents will blow across those flat surfaces and stir the dust up. It won't take it all up into the air, but when it's laid fine like that, it's more likely to pick that up in the air current, and then you breathe it into your lungs. People put this stuff all over their bedroom where they sleep. And if you're like me and you sleep with a fan on, then you're stirring up this dust every single time you sleep in your bedroom. Okay? It's not safe to breathe it in. This is the only reason. It has nothing to do with how effective it is at killing bed bugs. It has everything to do with how effective it is at hurting your lungs. This is the problem. It can hurt your lungs. Now, people argue with me all the time. They say, well, people eat diatomaceous earth, so why is it not killing them? Well, because your stomach is not the same as your lungs. You don't have the same tissues in your stomach as your lung. That's why you have a stomach organ and lung organ. They're two different organs. They're made up of two different types of tissues. And when you inhale anything other than oxygen, don't smoke, don't vape, don't put things in your lungs that aren't designed to go in your lungs, like silica dusts.
The key is applying just a light dusting like this. If you leave it in clumps, it will actually backfire and not be as effective because they'll just navigate around it. And finally, at number 3, we've got steam.
And that's a good point. Candy just said in chat, is this guy not even going to tell people to wear a dust mask? He doesn't. He doesn't. Not even tells people to wear PPE at all. He never tells people to wear gloves. He never tells people to wear PPE. In fact, when he applied the fogger in the room, he wasn't wearing PPE at all. He acts like, oh, it's just pesticide. I just want to breathe it in. That's insanity. That's crazy. That's crazy.
A simple clothes steamer like this will do the job. And I think it's great that with all the years and money spent on creating all these synthetic pesticides, the two most effective methods...
And the only ones he's posting here are garbage. He did not put apprehend in this picture. He doesn't have crossfire at all, but he doesn't have apprehend. He's like, all the years creating these synthetic pesticides, and all we need is steam and diatomaceous earth. Well, these don't work anyway. This is ecologic. That's garbage lemongrass crap, and this is just pesticides that they've already developed resistance to. These chemicals right here, they used to kill bed bugs. It isn't that they didn't always work. They actually used to work really well. It's just bed bugs have developed a resistance to it. So it's not that they never worked. It's that they don't work anymore.
Methods for killing bed bugs are just crushed up rocks and really...
Which it's not crushed up rocks. Diatomaceous earth is diatoms, not crushed up rocks.
Hot water, which are by far the two most simple and natural. Use the steamer all around your bed once a week, but if you find something you want to treat you can't steam or put in the dryer, you can put it in a bag and then put it in the freezer for 3 days, and that will also kill them.
That's not true. That's not true at all. That is not true.
Professor Wan said if you have a small infestation and you just notice them, then using these 3 defensive and offensive steps will totally take care of the problem without needing to spend money on an exterminator. However, if you've got a lot of bed bugs and you've had them for a long time, then getting professional help is probably a good idea. The entire house heating option takes...
Alright, so that's pretty much it. That's all. I'm going to go ahead and post this in the description, so anybody that wants to go back and actually watch the whole video, they can. The switching back and forth and pausing and everything, I'm not going to do that anymore. But I just wanted to at least react to some of it, what YouTube would allow me to react to, so you guys understood. But one of the things about this video, that if you watch this video and you pay attention to what he's doing in this video, he only uses stuff you could just go to Walmart and buy. And hold on just a minute. I'm going to be right back. We'll talk about this real quick. Let me take a bathroom break real quick, and I will talk. I'll be right back. I drank coffee right before my live stream. I really shouldn't have done that, but I'll be right back. Let's get back to talking about this. So one of the things you'll notice with this video that he's done is he hasn't talked about the chemicals that people buy on the internet. All right, all he did was he talked about, Hot Shot. So he put Hot Shot up there, basically put Hot Shot on blast as crap pesticides, which is true. That's true. He said it. He showed it. I already knew that they're not any good. But the thing is that he put Apprehend, and he showed that he was doing a test with Apprehend, but he showed absolutely no. In fact, let's see. Let's go in here and watch. Let's look real quick. Let's make this big, and let's go down and look at some comments. Okay. It says. Let's see. Let's see, this is not true. Some of this stuff is just... really nothing. Yeah, not really anything. So nobody's really pointed it out, at least not within the first... Yeah, but anyway, he's not explaining about he didn't bring up Apprehend. All right, that's the thing. It's there on the table, and he's acting like this is a famous pesticide that's being used, but then he doesn't give the results of what happens when they use the Apprehend. I know full well that Apprehend works better than everything else on that table, including diatomaceous earth. It is absolutely effective, very effective. And he dodges it completely. He acts like he's going to talk about it, and then he doesn't. He really dropped the ball. And I think that it is intentionally done. I think it is very poorly done. It's sad. It's sad because he had this... He's a YouTube influencer, okay? I'm doing this reaction video, all right? people do reaction videos all the time. YouTube influencers do reaction videos all the time, and they don't get their stream suspended either. You know, my stuff doesn't really get broadcast out to the world. I mean, right now I've got 35 people in my room. You guys are watching me. It's fantastic. I love everybody that comes and hangs out with me. It makes it easy for me to keep up with the chat. But the truth is that I don't get millions of views on my videos. I don't have one video that's reached 1 million views. My highest video has reached over 200,000 views. It's why heat treatments don't work on bed bugs, which he tries to promote. So when you are advertising, I want to explain some things about why this video, because it's horrible advice. It's really, really bad advice. It's not, he hides the truth on a lot of chemicals. He's basically one-siding this whole thing, and I want to explain why he gets so many views compared to someone like me. And it's not jealousy or anything like that, because I really don't care. I'm just here to help the people that need help. My videos get to who needs them. That's how I feel about it. But if you're a company and you're a brand and you have a lot of money to spend on YouTube advertising, you're going to want your brand pushed out in front of people's faces. You're going to want people to purchase from you. You're going to want, and so when they hire these influencers and influencers do these videos, they get promoted by the companies that want them to be promoted, because YouTube is really just an ad revenue stream for businesses. That's all it is now. I mean, that's not what it always has been, but that's what it is now. And so if I were to be one of these big, businesses, and I wanted certain things to be pushed in front of people, like get heat treatments from exterminating companies, Harris, buy bedbugs, buy diatomaceous earth, do this yourself so it won't work. So then you hire a professional, because that's the other information he's giving you. He's giving you all the stuff that doesn't work, that people try all the time, and they come on my streams and they come in my channels and they talk in my chat and they say this never does work. Those people, it won't work for. So then the only other option from his video is to hire some name brand company that can come in and do a heat treatment. And that's really what the video promotes ultimately, is do it yourself, doesn't work, hire a professional. And that's not always the truth. Now, if you live in an area where Crossfire is not available to you and you can't purchase this chemical, for those that don't know what Crossfire is, all right, this is Crossfire, okay? This right here is Crossfire. This is the best pesticide in the world, and you can buy it on Amazon. This is the best thing for bed bugs. If he had used this in that laboratory, every single one of those bed bugs would have died within just a few minutes. Crossfire kills live bed bugs in 5 minutes or less when it is first applied. It is very effective on bed bugs. And there's the label. Those are the active ingredients. Nothing he used on that table had those active ingredients in it, because he picked the chemicals he wanted to use purposefully. He picked the ones that don't work purposefully, because you can go and read the reviews for this chemical and they will right out say they do not work. And so he already knew ahead of time they didn't work. And the only one he picked that would work, that does work, Apprehend, he didn't give the results for. So it was done intentionally. I thought it was a shame. It could have been, if I had the same position he was in, I could have helped the 7 million people that watched my video. That's the way I see it, is I want to help 7 million people. I don't want to help a company that's making $7 million. I want to help a person. I want to help 7 million individual people to be able to take care of their bedbug problem, and he's not doing that. And that's the problem I have with videos like that, is they're really more designed to make money for him and his friends, and YouTube. Him and YouTube, but not you guys, And it's sad. So there's my reaction. Now I'm disappointed. Oh. Every North America bedbug convention for the past 13 years and bedbug expert promote that heat treatments are more successful than pesticide. No, it's not true. I know a lot of, I go to conventions. I do these. I go to Actually, I have to do one on the 28th of March. I have to go. And I'll guarantee you there'll be someone out there from MGK preaching Crossfire. Because that's where they that's where they talk about it. Or at the conventions I go to.
That's
so
where you heard about it.
That's where I heard about it. Like 10 years ago. That's where I heard about Crossfire 10 years ago. I didn't buy this stuff 10 years ago. I didn't start using this for 6 years ago. But I had the ability to buy this 10 years ago before anybody else could buy it. Because I was offered it by the rep from MGK. He came there, he said, and it was exactly 10 years because every 2 years I go to these conventions. Every 2 years. And the guy's there 10 years ago exactly. So, selling Crossfire. All right. That's not true.
They used to preach heat treatments, but they've switched to heat treatments. And
Oh yeah, they used to preach heat treatment only. When I did this video right here, let me see if I can find it here. Why? Let me see. Let me show you what I search, so you can find the video yourself. Why heat? Why heat treatments don't work for bed bugs? All right. Holy cow! I'm right on the front page. Look at that. #1 video. August 23rd, 2016. There's my video. There I am. Look at that sexy man. Alright, and you go down here. I've gotten how many views on this video? 206,000 views. It's 6 years old. This guy's got a video that went up a week ago, and it's got nearly 8 million views. There's a reason for that. There's a reason my videos don't get views and his do. And I've looked at the keywords. I've looked at the tags. I know how to do that. So, I spray monthly to kill incoming infection. Green Acres has a video on it. Yeah, I do. Bed bugs became resistant to Crossfire? No, they haven't yet. I don't think they will. If they do, it'll be after it gets on a Walmart shelf. See, what happens with pesticide is companies produce a pesticide. The patent starts to run out on the pesticide. So they start selling it over the counter. And then you can mix it yourself. You can go buy it at farm stores, Tractor Supply, somewhere like that. You can buy it. And then you can mix it yourself, bring it home and mix it. And then that's when the bed bugs have started to develop a resistance to it because people aren't mixing it correctly. They're under-mixing it. And it's causing a problem with, resistant bed bugs. So, is it true bed bugs used to fly? No, that's not true. Bed bugs don't have wings. They can't fly if they don't have wings. So,
only if they're on a bat's back.
well, if they're on a bat, yeah, they'll fly on a bat. Yeah, I don't really give walkthroughs for Crossfire. I do have videos for a walkthrough. Let me show you, because somebody just asked about that. Let me show you. If you go to my channel, and this I recommend going there, youtube.com/greenacrespc, and then subscribe while you're there. But then if you search here and just a bed bug treatment, there's the best bed bug solution right there. This is the video I recommend you go watch. Let me see if I can share. Share, copy, and I'll post that link to you. Miss Fritz. Oops. What? Control V. There we go. So, I can't really give a step-by-step instructions on how to kill bed bugs with Crossfire on a live show where people call and ask questions. So, I don't have that ability to do that. Alpine WSG and Crossfire both are mixed by the gallon. Any other ideas? Alpine WSG can be mixed by the half gallon because it's easier to mix. But Crossfire, so the problem with Crossfire, and let me show you again. So if you go to your Crossfire, so you've got two options. You've got the little 13-ounce bottle that mixes a gallon, or you can get this bottle. So this bottle right here actually it's graduated out. So if you look at it, it's got a 13 fluid ounce, which is for 1 finished gallon. You've got 6.5 fluid ounces, which is half a gallon. And then you've got 3.2 finished, which is 1 quart. So they've got these different measurements So you can actually measure it out to mix less than a gallon, but you'd have to, this is a very expensive jug. This is like, you know, what is it, $300, $400? Wow, holy cow, they've gone up. But $468, is that how much it is? No, $382. It's $382 for that jug, or $51.93 for the bottle. So you got the bottle, and then you've got the jug, and then you can get a case of 13-ounce bottles. So, but I would get the jug if you want to mix less than a gallon. But this is good. This will stay shelf. This is shelf stable for a long time, as long as you haven't mixed it yet. When you mix it, that's when it loses its effectiveness. When you start to mix it with water. But thank you, Archer, for becoming a follower. So for those that don't know, you can become a follower to my channel. If you go back and you click join, you can actually become a member of the channel too. But you can also donate. I mean, if you want to, you don't have to do that either. But if you look at the page, they've got these little donate tags up at the very top if you're wanting to donate. Or you could do a super chat or whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'll still be here to help you whether you donate or not, because that's just what I like to do. I like this stuff. I like pest control. I like to talk about it. I like to do it. But it shouldn't be $500, Teresa. It's like $50 for a bottle. That's the 13-ounce bottle is real cheap. Hi, sir. I bought a new house a week ago, and it's full of bed bugs. I bought Crossfire. Should I start it now or after full vacuum? I would vacuum first and then treat. Can bed bugs hide between the wood floor gaps? Should I treat the gaps? No, just treat the baseboards. So let me show you where you treat. So I can do this. Let me see if I can do this. Let me let me put it down here because this is a little bit smaller. Let me open up Paint. Let me show you where to do this. All right. So you've got a room, and this is for any room of the house, bedrooms, you know, living room. Actually, we'll do both. I'll do both of them for you. So let's do a drawing with Jason. Where to treat when you're treating with Crossfire. Okay? So where to treat. This is the tutorial. Now follow this tutorial. So let's say this is a bedroom, and this will be the living room. Okay? And the doorway is here, and the door is going to open up like this because we like to be specific. Okay? Now your bedroom will have a bed, of course. Let's put the bed right here, and some pillows. Let's put some pillows so you can be comfy-wumpy. Everybody needs to be comfy-wumpy in their bed. This pillow's a little squished because I've been laying on it. Sorry about that. You said I could sleep over. All right, there's the table, and there's another table there. And let's say you got a chest of drawers right here. This is probably not feng shui. I'm doing the best I can. And we'll have another, like maybe a chest of drawers right here. Okay? And maybe I'll have a closet. Let's say the closet's right here with some clothes hanging in it. All right, let's just do a little clothes rack. And do. All right, there you go. There's your bedroom. All right, now in your living room, you got a sofa. Maybe let's just put a. Can we do this? Can we make it turn? Will it not do the little squiggly turn thing? All right. Well, your chair is going to be there. Your TV is going to be here. It's going to be a little TV because we're trying to put the chair in the room too. We'll put the TV there. Not centered at all. Put a little table right there. And maybe a little hassock right there to put your feet up. All right. And we're going to draw between. So the couch is like this. All right. So the places to treat for bed bugs. There's your living room. There's your bedroom. Now you want to do this in every room of the house. Okay. So this is your border. This is where your baseboard is. So your baseboard, for those that don't know, let me be even more specific here. Baseboard. All right. That's a baseboard, okay? That's the baseboard. There's carpet, usually at the base of the baseboard right here, and then this is the wall up here, okay? That's your baseboard. Just to be specific, because some people don't actually know what a baseboard is. That's your baseboard. It's the fancy piece of wood that touches the floor, okay? All along these rooms should have a baseboard or a cord around or something around the base of the room where the sheetrock meets the floor, okay? You want to treat that spot, all right? So let's put a little arrow, and we're going to treat all the baseboards all the way around the room. Easiest thing to treat. You don't have to move anything to do it. You just treat the baseboards all the way around the room. Same for the living room. Same for the living room. All the way around, because bed bugs like to hide in cracks around baseboards. Okay? So all the way around that whole perimeter of each room. Okay? You also want to treat the floor space in your closets around the baseboards. Just the baseboards, not the whole floor, just the baseboards. Okay? You may have to take your stuff out of your closet to be able to do that. You may not. You may just be able to squish the stuff together to treat around the baseboards. If you don't have a bunch of stuff in the floor, then you don't have to pull anything out of the closet. All right? Now, you'll want to pay very close attention to the bed. You want to take all your pillows and all your sheets. So take your pillows off of the bed. All right? So now you have a naked bed. All right? Naked bed. No sheets, no covers, no comforters, just a mattress and a box spring. Okay? You treat your mattress and you treat your box spring. Open up the box spring on the bottom. So let's say we're looking at the bottom of our box spring. We've got it leaning up against the wall. All right? And then there are staples all the way around the edge of this. Now, there's a big piece of fabric, okay? Now, we're going to make this a little bit smaller because this is the inside of the box spring. So we're going to do the inside of the box springs like this, okay? Now, normally, there's a piece of cloth that goes over the inside of this box spring. So what you want to do is you want to pull that whole thing off. It'll be stapled all the way around the edge of the box spring. You pull it off. When you pull it off, you'll have exposed inside the box spring, you'll have these little boards that go across like this, typically, in most box springs. They have little boards, little cross members that go across, and sometimes they'll have one down through the middle, like this, okay? Treat around all of those. Treat inside, in this area right here, okay, inside the box spring. Like you've got it open now, so you can see inside the box spring. You want to treat inside this, all inside the whole thing and all around the edges and all the seams and all the tufts like he was showing in that video. Put it back on the bed frame. Treat the bed frame, treat the headboard, treat the footboard, treat everything. Treat all the way around the mattress, all that stuff. Put it all back together. Let it dry, okay? Make your bed, sleep in it that night. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. That is the easiest, okay? Now, when it comes to the couch, you're going to do the same thing as you do on your box spring. You're going to flip it upside down. Now, you don't necessarily have to pull the fabric off of the bottom of the couch. They have one on the bottom of them too. Sometimes you just have to make a little incision, like a little hole, because it's not as big, as wide as a box spring. And sometimes you can just make a little hole about, 3-4 inches, and you can spray all inside it without having to actually remove the whole felt. So you do the same thing to the couch. Now, if you've got a couch that has pillows that don't pull out, I actually have a video on my channel about how to treat inside of a couch. You spread the pillows apart and you spray between them. Basically the cushions, not the pillows, but the cushions. You pull them apart and you spray between them. Especially around, this is a spot that a lot of people miss when they do it themselves. And I want to explain. Right here on the side of this couch, there will be an arm, typically here, and there'll be an arm here. Now, let me explain. Where the arm, so let's say this is a side view. There's the arm, and then you've got the back of the couch that goes up like this. All right? And there's the back of the couch. Okay, so we're looking at the side of the couch. Okay? Let's move this over a little bit so you can see it. All right. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Let's just do this. Okay. So this is the arm of the couch. This is the side of the couch. Okay. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So you want to target these areas of a sofa. These are spots that are almost always missed. That is not what I wanted to do. I did not want to grab that window. I wanted to grab a paint window. There we go. All right. So these are spots that are typically always missed. You want to pay real close attention. Let me get my pencil again. Let me get my pencil. All right. Right here. In this spot. So a lot of times the arm of the couch will fold around and it'll squish up beside this back part right here. And so in this little crack that's formed all around this arm, you'll want to pull that apart. And in fact, sometimes you'll find bed bugs inside there. You won't find them anywhere else on the couch at all, but they will be in there right where your elbow touches up against the edge of that couch. You will actually find bed bugs in that spot. That is a really prime location for bed bugs to hide. And I recommend treating in that spot, even if you don't find bed bugs there, because they will be attracted there just because your arm, when you're watching TV, your arm, you'll have your little finger, like hand, maybe you got a remote here or whatever, and your arm will come back and you'll be sitting like this, let's just do like this and be like, yay, I'm mad. See, he's real mad because the bed bugs are biting his arm right there. All right? So that's how you treat for bed bugs. And you want to do this at least once a month for 3 months if you're going to do it yourself. Now, a lot of times an exterminator can get rid of bed bugs with just one shot if it's crossfire. But a person that hasn't really treated bed bugs, and isn't as maybe versed as the places that they hide and stuff like that, you may need to treat them more often to get rid of your problem. But this is how you do it. It's easy. It's that easy. And no, don't use hot shot. Don't use diatomaceous earth. Use crossfire. It's very effective. It works. So there you go. That's how you kill bed bugs in your room, in your house. Spray the butt cheeks of the couch. Exactly. Spray the butt cheeks. Let me show you the butt cheeks. All right? Let's see. Let me show you how to spray the butt cheeks. Butt cheeks. Will it say butt cheeks? No. Let's see butt crack. Will it say butt crack? Let me see. C-R-A-C-K. Butt crack. Look there. You can search butt crack on my videos, and I got a video. Let's watch it. When treating a couch with sewn-in pillows, it's important to spread the pillows, like the butt cheeks, like you're wiping your butt. Let me show you. So you see this couch? These right here are actually sewn into the couch, so you can't take them off. But you can spread them like this and treat inside that crack to kill any bed bugs that will be in there. And that's how you get rid of bed bugs in your couch's butt crack. I'm an embarrassing person. I come up with some crazy stuff. I really do. I really do. But that's all. I mean, I got like 4 kids. And now I will be honest. Rory's 18 years old. I don't have to wipe his butt no more. In fact, Emma's almost 10. I don't wipe her butt neither. But sometimes I do have to wipe Charlie's butt, and Finley's only a year old, and I have to wipe his butt all the time because he still uses diapers. And so when I see a couch with sewn-in cushions, I think of butt crack. And when you're spraying, you spread it open and you spray in there. That's just what you got to do. And that will absolutely kill the bed bugs that hide in your couch. I did a bed bug earlier this week on 1-bedroom apartment. There were hundreds, if not thousands, running around. Now, I thought I was going to kill a lot of bed bugs. I was so excited. So let me tell you what happened to me. A couple days ago, I had a landlord called, and he said, I have an apartment in town. It's a 6-unit apartment building. I need you to come in here and spray for bed bugs. It is so bad. I can't get builders, I can't get electricians, I can't get plumbers, I can't get anybody to go into the apartment. The people have abandoned it, they've left it, it's trashed. I need somebody to go in there and spray for bed bugs. The cleaning ladies won't go in. Nobody will go into this apartment. It is absolutely horrible. I was so excited. Trust, I was excited. If you've seen my channel, I mean, I've got a bed bug in a jar right here. This is my bed bug, okay? I'm crazy. I love killing bed bugs. I love bed bug work. It's really fun. It's probably one of the most fun things that I get to deal with. And I'm like, oh man, this is going to be great. I walked in. I did not find one live bed bug. I did it today. I did not find one live bed bug. I was so disappointed. I mean, I'm sure they're hiding in the wild. There was lots of signs of bed bugs. Don't get me wrong. But I didn't see one single bed bug in there at all. I was so disappointed. And I told the landlord, I said, you got me so excited. That was such a buzzkill to walk in there and not even see a live bed bug in the apartment at all. I was so upset. So disappointed. You should absolutely treat tufted headboards. Tufted headboards, like one that's really bad. So if you get, let's see, what is that word? Not tuft, but
Upholstered?
upholstered. Thank you. Thank you, Google.
I like upholstered headboards, but I refuse to buy one with bed bugs. And the fact that you have bed bug work.
Upholstered headboard. So see these right here with the little how can I say that and not be offensive? Like, I can't call them buttholes because that's not, that is offensive. So you can't say that. You have to say something like, I don't know, divots. They're divots. They're little divots. You have to treat, do you see all of those creases? All those little creases around around that headboard. You got to treat all those too. The bed bugs will absolutely get around that headboard. So. Right, Legendary Pest Control. So this is what I told him. I was like, look, if you're not going to be in the apartment, and there's not going to be anybody in the apartment to live in the apartment to draw the bed bugs out, then it's going to take a long time to kill these bed bugs. Typically 3 to 6 months. I said I recommend 6 months, and then after people move in, I recommend 3 months after people move in. Because the truth is that there's no one there as a host, no one there to draw them out. It's cold right now because there's no power on in the house. The bed bugs are going to be, they're going to go into a dormant phase, and they're not going to come out. And so it's one of those where I just have to treat it every month until they all die off. I mean, they will wander around sometimes looking for a blood meal, especially if a contractor's in there breathing and giving off CO2. They'll wake up and they'll come out. But so anyway, if you have a table and chairs near a kitchen, it's possible to what? Pleated. Pleated. Kristen said pleated. Yes, that's a much nicer word than saying buttholes on the bed. See, I just have different ways of looking at things, apparently. I just have a different outlook on the way things look. And the descriptions that I give. That's my problem, I guess. Close some of these windows down. Oh, goodness. Cup-sized headboards. But yeah, a lot of the stuff he talked about in that video is just, it's, you know, when you get on and the first thing you say is, we're gonna tackle the things on YouTube that everybody claims work that doesn't. Well, he claimed everything that he just said the same thing all the viral videos say on YouTube that don't work, and he tried to say it does. And so he didn't say anything you can't find all over YouTube swearing works that doesn't work. And when you say diatomaceous earth, bed bugs that come into contact with diatomaceous earth kill within hours to days. So he left himself wide open. I mean, days. How many days? Is it 10 days? Is it 2 days? Is it 15 days? Is it a month? How long? You know, because I've witnessed bed bugs taking weeks to die from diatomaceous earth. And in that amount of time, they're still biting you. They're still laying eggs. Every time they get a blood meal, they lay eggs. So, no, it doesn't work. So, should I spray the entire beanbag chair? It's a fur beanbag chair. Do you have are there actually bed bugs living on the beanbag chair? They don't always live on beanbag chairs. They can climb an air mattress. They can. I've seen bed bugs live on air mattresses.
A fur one, though.
I don't think so.
If it's one of those...
Are people sleeping in it? Some people will sleep in beanbag chairs. You can spray mattresses and stuff, Kristen, with Crossfire. Not every chemical you can, but Crossfire you can. And you can spray the beanbag chairs and futon mattresses and couch cushions and all that stuff. So, it's not the same as other chemicals. It's different. Because it doesn't even say that on the label. Like, if you read the label for Crossfire, it doesn't even talk about skin contact at all. Now, Apprehend does, and Alpine does, but Crossfire does not. So, but the bed bugs get on air mattresses all the time. So if you look at an air mattress, let's see if I can explain where the places that they live on an air mattress. Air mattress. So if you've got one like this, let's see if we can get this page to come up. There we go. Now, those seams right there. So you look above that plug. Now I can't do it because it won't let me. Actually, you know what I could do? I could do a print screen. Well, no, I can't because it's going to screen all of my stuff. But anyway, that air mattress right there, you see those seams right above where you fill it up? The bed bugs will live there. They are seams that bed bugs can live on. So they'll live on all those little cracks and stuff. All those little cracks. And they'll live around the plug where you push in your air and everything. So, I wish they had actually just click the picture and make it big. Oh, I can. Oh, perfect. Perfect. So, like this seam here, they'll live there. They'll live around this plug right here. They'll live on this seam right here. This is even better seam. That they'll live around this one. They'll live up here around this little crease here where this piece of fabric meets this piece, because this is actually sewn together. You can't tell, but these are actually sewn together. In this little groove, these little grooves right here, I've taken sheets off of these beds and found them in these grooves where people sleep on air mattresses. A lot of times people will buy air mattresses thinking that they won't have bed bugs on them, that they can't have bed bugs on them, but that's absolutely not true. Bed bugs will definitely live on an air mattress. I wouldn't worry. So let me give you. So I'm just reading some stuff that's being talked about in chat here, and we're talking about this beanbag chair that this one lady has in her house. So a lot of times people ask me questions. What do I do about the bed covers? What do I do? Because I can't spray those. What do I do about clothes in my closet? What do I do about the clothes in my dresser? What do I do about collectibles I have that may be hidden underneath the bed in my room? Maybe my shoes are under the bed. What happens if the bed bugs are in that stuff? I can't spray that stuff. If I have a comic book collection, I can't spray those, or baseball cards or something that I've collected since I was a kid. I can't spray that stuff. What do I do? Well, and this would go the exact same for the beanbag chair, is you treat the room, you treat the bed, you treat the mattress, you treat the box spring, headboard, footboard, bed rails, all those areas. And when you sleep in the bed bugs will crawl out. They will crawl over the treated surface and they will die. If you're not sleeping on the beanbag chair, you don't have to worry. If there are bed bugs on your beanbag chair, they will crawl out to get to you. And when they do, they crawl over the bed and they'll die. So, okay, I have a huge desk unit in my room, away from the bedroom, living room with couches, with bed bugs, and I don't want to disable the whole desk unit. Do I have to No, you don't have to disassemble the whole thing, no. You do not. I don't disassemble desks. Honestly, I very rarely disassemble the whole bed. Sometimes I do if they come apart easy. Most time, I don't. Most of the time, I take the mattress and box spring off and I lean them up against the wall and I treat. In fact, if you get my course, I show you exactly what I do. If you go to, let's say you're on the live stream right now, looking at this sexy beast, and you scroll down and you click show more right here. All right, and you scroll down and you look at the link. There's my course. It's one of the very first link, my course on eliminating bedbugs, and you click that. There's my course on eliminating bedbugs. Right now, $15. Okay, normally like $85. But if you go in here, let's see if we can get what is free. What can people see for free? Let's look. Pre-treat, prep, inspection, and treatment. You've got living room inspection, living room treatment, bedbug inspection, bedbug treatment, miscellaneous areas to treat, baseboards, windows, doors, crown molding, vehicle prep, vehicle treatment, bedbug elimination test. So I have a test that you can take. Plus, I have a video on how to mix Crossfire. So this is all in my course, and it's about, I think it's like, what is it, 40 minutes? 37 minutes total length of information. And I show how to do everything. So, and you have lifetime membership. If you see, it's a full lifetime access. Yeah. So, anyway, and you have access on mobile and TV, so you can watch it on your TV. Watch me big screen TV, walking around treating house for bed bugs. So, box spring was clean of bed bugs, the mattress, and the frame had them. Oh, also, there's another video I have. So let me show you another video that I have. If you go to my channel, that video that I posted earlier, let's just say bed bug. Let's just search bed bug and see if it comes up in the first one. I got too many bed. There it is. So this one right here. Let's just go to this video.
Don't buy another bottle of bug spray before watching this.
Whether it's roaches, ants, fleas, bed.
All right.
This video.
So you go right. Let's go all the way to this one. There we go. All right. See that bed? Took that mattress off. That's a king. That was a heavy mattress, man.
You see I'm struggling just a little bit. Usually it is better to bring a second person with you to help you get the mattress off of the bed. And so here I'm lifting the mattress up. And I just wanted to show you, really, the only reason I made this video is just to show you the amount of labor that it really does take to get these beds apart.
Now, you see how I have it leaning up against the wall? That's typically how I do all my bed bug work. Is I take the mattress and I lean it up against the wall. I take the box spring off. This is actually a king size bed, so it has 2 box springs, but I take them both off and I lean them against the wall. I treat like this little lip right here. I don't know if you can see too well. Let me see if I can enlarge this and see if it'll show. So that's a little better. You see this little lip right here? That's a spot that bed bugs like to live. They also like to live underneath this little ledge. This is actually a ledge on the headboard. And I pulled this bed before. You don't see me do it. But this bed, I actually pulled away from the wall a good 6 inches. So there's actually a 6-inch gap between this headboard and the wall, so that it forces the bed bugs to go up these areas like this leg of this bed, like this, and this leg. And also, you'll notice, I don't know if you can see in this picture or not, but the guy that lived in this bedroom, he had a CPAP machine. Now, I don't talk about this very much, but a CPAP machine can get infested with bed bugs. And the bed bugs can climb and crawl it and use it to get into the bed because it's a cord. And so when you have someone that has a CPAP machine, let's say you have a CPAP machine, you want to remove the CPAP machine from the room and you want to treat around the table that the CPAP sits on, like the legs and stuff. Treat it like an extension of the bed. Because if the bed bugs crawl up this little nightstand here and crawl across that cord from that CPAP, they could essentially get to you, bite you, and then get back to the nightstand and live on the nightstand. So that would be an instance where I would absolutely treat the nightstand, and I do treat nightstands that have CPAP machines and oxygen machines attached to them. So that is a little pointer that I usually do. I don't ever talk about, but anyway, you want to like take the CPAP. The reason I say remove it from the room so you don't accidentally spray it, because you don't want to inhale pesticides when you're sleeping at night. But you can move that stuff and you can treat the table underneath the lips and stuff, let it dry, and then put it back. Put the CPAP back. So that way, if they do try to live on your nightstand, they can't. And they can't crawl and use that as an alternative way to get into the bed. Most of the time they don't, because Crossfire is non-repellent. This is more for if you're using like a repellent pesticide. But yes. I actually had a customer one time where the bed bugs were living in the CPAP. In fact, I think I might have that video. I think I have it on my channel, actually. Let's see. If I go to shorts, I think it was a short that I did. It's been like maybe 2 years ago. That's a good video. That's hornets. Maybe I don't. No, I don't have it. It's probably on my TikTok page. Because I do have a TikTok. If you go to TikTok, tiktok.com/@GreenAkersPC. There's my TikTok page. I got lots of TikToks. But, I wonder if I can just search it. Can you search? See, TikTok's not as good as YouTube. You can't search the page for titles or anything. Lots of bedbug nightmare fuel for those that want to watch some stuff. That's my love. Funny. Stupid videos. TikTok's for stupid videos, honestly. Where is it? Man, there's so many. Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's not. I can't find it too easy. It's not easy to find. This is my TikTok channel, by the way. These are all my videos on TikTok, just so you know. See, I got lots of videos on TikTok, but the thing about TikTok is they let you use copyrighted music, and it sounds better, and it's cool, but YouTube won't let you do that. So, anyway. I'm going to let the live stream's going to go a little bit later tonight than normal because I did that reaction. Took an hour to do a reaction to that crazy guy's video earlier. Man, that's horrible that thing got flagged. I should have been recording it. I should have been recording it, is what I should have been doing. So, anyway, I need to go into my content. I need to go into my live. I need to go to that video. I need to edit that video. And I need to make it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how to make it private. Oh, there we go. There it is. Private. That way, if they ever do reopen the video, I can put it back up and show it to you. So you can see the beginning of what you missed. Oh, someone's trying to call? I didn't realize someone's trying to call. Sorry. I had Skype turned off because I was doing a phone. I mean, I was doing the reaction. I don't have any missed calls. So, if somebody did try to call me. It's up. Nobody's trying to call. I swear. I think somebody was trying to call my actual work phone. And that I will not answer on live stream. So. This is Jason with Green Akers Pest Control. Can I help you?
Hey, Jason. My name is Aaron.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. You answered one question of mine in the chat, but I wanted to ask. You said to treat all furniture, but I've got this desk unit in a separate room away from the bedroom and my couches. I don't think anything's in here, but I'd like to spray in here anyway. But I thought maybe I could get to the baseboards a little bit better if I moved the desk out, but that would be quite the undertaking.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
No, I would just treat the baseboards you can treat.
Okay.
And
what about
bugs are
the cracks inside of it? Like it all comes together. So would I maybe treat the cracks inside?
Yeah, if you think the bed bugs might try to crawl up it, but normally they don't. Do you work from home?
No, I work outside of the home.
Yeah, if you're not spending a lot of time in there, and I'm talking like hours, then I probably wouldn't even worry about it at all. I mean, when COVID was going around and people were working from home a lot more, I was treating actual desk chairs because people's whole office chairs and stuff like that were getting infested with bed bugs because they were spending like 8 hours a day at their computer. And that's one thing. But if you're not spending, a work day's amount of time at your desk, I probably wouldn't worry about it. Most people spend their time at their, at their couch or in their bedroom or maybe a lazy boy recliner or something like that. And they're not gonna, sit there at their desk and, fall asleep at their desk. You're more likely to go in and kick up the chair and sit back and watch a TV show and fall asleep. And then the bed bugs will bite you there. But the desk is something I probably wouldn't treat a desk at all. I never treat desks. I usually treat around the baseboards under the desk. Of course, avoiding electrical stuff like that, but treat the baseboards. And the thing is bugs, all bugs, including bed bugs, are creatures of habit, and they're going to do what they want to do. They're going to do what they like to do. And so what they'll do is they'll crawl along the baseboard underneath the crack, and they'll crawl along. And because it's Crossfire or even Alpine or something like that, they don't recognize it as a chemical. They don't know it's there. So what they do is they crawl through the chemical. And eventually, even if there's voids, if there's big entertainment centers in the way in a living room, I don't go and move the whole entertainment center out in order to treat behind it. I just leave it there, treat the best I can around it. And then the bed bugs are naturally going to be attracted to you anyway. You may treat your desk chair, but not so much the actual, like I don't treat dressers or chest of drawers, even though they're in the bedroom. Those are places I typically skip.
Okay, so I think I'm getting the hang. I've spent a whole week on all your videos, and I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. I think what you're saying is basically those bugs are going to crawl through that chemical anyway. It's just strategically placing that chemical to where they're going to crawl through it, like baseboards, of course, a bed, underneath a recliner, anywhere you sit or spend time at, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so that's easy enough to understand. I'm just freaking out here because I've never had this problem, and all of a sudden now my little 3-year-old and my wife's getting all bitten up, but I'm not showing any signs at all. So I was just a little paranoid, I guess, but I after talking to you, I think I'm feeling a little bit better. But let me ask you, my kitchen. So I know that you don't go spraying around in the kitchen. That's crazy because you got to eat in there and everything. But, I also heard you saying, spray furniture and all that. Do I get all my stuff out and spray inside of the cabinets where all the cracks are at?
No.
No? Okay.
No. I mean, if you had roaches, that's one thing, but you'd be doing a completely different type of treatment.
Okay. So don't necessarily have to get like underneath the appliances or anything.
No. No,
okay.
I treat baseboards what I can. I don't take like the oven drawer out or anything like that. Just him.
Okay.
Just him. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I was talking about my son.
And the vehicle, we get in that quite often.
Treat the vehicle.
So I'm thinking maybe we transfer maybe bed bugs into there. If I'm to treat my vehicle inside, do I just get up underneath the dash? Or do I get between the cracks of the
place
console?
You treat, the place you treat in your car are the running boards. You treat around where your console touches the carpet. you treat between the where the seat belt like the part that your seatbelt latches into goes between the seat and the console. You treat around that area where the seat's attached to the floor and your trunk.
Okay. All right, I got it. Well, I appreciate the help.
Yeah, anytime.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so I have to do something for Joe because Joe said next week, if Jason shows Arthas Bonifil, I will give 5 member subscriptions. So I may not be able to show him next week because he's not gonna buck me, is he? I'll tell you what. Here, you just sit right here. Stand here. Stand there. Stand there. Okay, you gotta come over a little bit more. Okay, there's Arthas. There we go. There's Arthas. He's my bunny. That's for Joe, who wanted to see Arthas. Joe likes World of Warcraft. Joe likes the fact that I got a horde right behind your head right there.
Yeah.
He likes that. Yeah, for the horde, exactly. So that is my bunny. This is Arthas Bonifil. He is a sweet little bunny. Apparently, he is making friends with the neighborhood bunnies. So I have rabbits that get in the yard all the time. In fact, they eat my wife's garden every time she plants one. And tonight, because there's no garden yet, but the bunnies are coming out because it's springtime, and they were coming and they were hanging out with Arthas, talking to him tonight in his little bunny house. So this is Arthas. He's a sweet little bunny rabbit, isn't he? He is my children's pet, and my pet too. But I love bunnies. Bunnies are sweet. They're so sweet. Yes. Yes. So I had to show Arthas. But sometimes he's in tonight. He's sleeping in tonight because it's supposed to get below freezing, and I don't want to leave the little baby bunny outside when it's really, really, really cold. But he prefers to sleep outside. He likes his big, huge house. My wife bought this like a bunny condominium, and it's like 2 levels. It's got an upstairs, it's got a downstairs, and it's got little like chicken ladders, and it's really neat little thing, and he really hangs out in there a lot. He loves that. But he is a sweet bunny. He is very soft, very, very soft. He will make a nice scarf. Live scarf. You just lay him over your head like this. You let his not like you're not gonna like skin him or nothing. You're gonna let his legs lay down like this, and he'll make your neck warm. But this is Rory. For those that don't know, this is my son Rory.
Hi.
Yep. So.
I might have to put him up. He's clawing.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Put him up. Put him up. Put him up. He's gonna go back to bed. So there you go. I showed Arthur. And this is Bob Ross. See my pop? That's Bob Ross. That was a present from my wife a long time ago. She got it from me because I like to paint pictures. So. Joe says, I'm going to send him a care package. Steamer isn't necessary to deal with bed bugs, but disinfecting is definitely great. Yeah, and it's good for cleaning too. If you've got problems where, like if you've got bed bug poop all over your mattress and stuff, it helps to get the bed bug poop off. It loosens it up and helps clean it off. Steamers are great. My wife, I got this chair used from someone, and it had some stains on it, and she's made it look brand new with a steamer. Steamers are fantastic. I love steamers. So, but they're not required to kill bed bugs at all. Crossfire is really all you need. A good pesticide goes a long ways.
I feel like a steamer, if you had like a severe infestation, and
well, if you don't want to throw away your bed.
Yeah, and the steamer would come in handy not in just killing some of the eggs and the adults and having a lot of immediate knockdown, but you would be able to clean like some of the stains off your bed.
Right, right, because they do leave stains. So. Nothing wrong with vacuuming. I don't vacuum. Now, people are asking if they should or shouldn't vacuum and stuff like that. I don't vacuum myself, personally. Like, I'm an exterminator. Some exterminators go in and they got like back vacuums. They got all kinds of different little tools and stuff they use. I don't use a vacuum because I have known of exterminators that infested not only customer houses with vacuum cleaners, but their own house with a vacuum cleaner. Because there are nooks and crannies that bed bugs can hide in a vacuum cleaner and not get thrown away. And I don't want to risk that for my customers. So I don't use a vacuum. But I do kill the bed bugs, and I tell their customers if they want to use their vacuum, they can. So... everybody likes Arthas. Alicia.
Oh yes, Arthas.
I might put my camera on him next weekend and have a bunny cam. But I need to get a better camera. One that doesn't disconnect. Ring cameras disconnect all the time. And it's kind of irritating having to constantly click it to reconnect. But if it didn't disconnect, I would totally do it. And I would let y'all watch Arthas. I'm so OCD, I sleep in a long sleep shirt, pants, and socks because when they bite me, I get a crappy reaction. I wash my vacuum after use. Yeah, you should. If you're vacuuming up bed bugs, you should. In a Jeep, do you treat the whole trunk, the back trunk? No, I treat just around the edges. I show that in one of my videos too. I think I might have a video on treating. Let me look and see. I mean, let's go look together. We'll go look together because I can't remember. Let's see. Car. How to treat a car for bed bugs in under a minute. So here you go. This is fast. This is a short. This is fast. So let's watch it together. Now see, I'm not spraying the whole floor. I'm just spraying the edges where the seats clamshell together. So you can pause this. See, treat all clamshell seams for chairs. See, it tells you exactly what to do. This is the same video that's on my course, by the way. I just tried to speed it up for people so they could see it. See, this has a stow and go because this is a Chrysler minivan, so it's got actual stow and goes where the seats will actually fold down into the floor. You have to open them up. You have to treat inside those. So there you go. That's how you treat a car. In under a minute. But I'd recommend going and watch that. In fact, let me post that. You get the idea. That's all you need to know how to kill bed bugs. In a car. Now that's a van. The reason I use a minivan as a because that's what I have. One, it's my van. Two, because a minivan has a lot more places that bugs can hide even more than a car. Because everything is open, even the cargo space. Everything is completely open to the passenger. And so I wanted to show how to actually do all these things that you don't get necessarily in a car. Like cars don't have stow and go options for underneath chairs and stuff like that. And so these are extra places that you would want to pay attention to. And a Jeep is similar. A Jeep is very similar to a van in that the entire cargo space is completely accessible to the passenger. And so it's very similar to a minivan. So, Joe says, Arthas would look dapper in a top hat and tie. Alicia.
Oh, yeah.
He would look very nice, wouldn't he? Oh. I'm so disappointed that video got flagged. Like, seriously, that was awful. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So what's everybody's plans for the weekend? What are y'all gonna do? I hate these bed bugs. They keep me up even though I have no reaction to them. I do have a video that I've been working on editing. It's taking a while because it's like a 25-minute long video, where I'm going to give lots of little snippets here and there showing exactly how to do bedbug work, step by step, what to do in the order to do it in and everything. So I have been working on a video so I can give some instruction on that. But it's just taking a while. We're getting into the busy season. It's March. Very, very, very busy. I said I did a whole route today, plus I did a bedbug job on the end of the day. So I had a full entire day today of work. And so it's a lot harder for me to have the energy to devote to editing. So I'm working on it, though. I'm working on it. Shelf life, if not opened, maybe a year or two. Keep in a cool, dry place. It lasts a long time. I mean, I know people that still have chloridane that's still viable. And chloridane's been outlawed since 1989. So, if you keep it stored correctly, chemicals last a long time. I'm getting ready to treat for the second time. Today is day 20 of the first treatment. So far, no more bites. We'll buy a third just to be safe. Well, that is fantastic news. 20 days with no bites. That is fantastic news. Great, great, great news. And see, this is what we talk about in Discord too, about, you know, how pesticides and different things. And if for some reason, just so you know, Crossfire may not always work. And if Crossfire stops working, I'm going to know what will work. And I will make a video on how to do it. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, you should be. I've got a lot of good information here. And share my videos. You know, help my knowledge get out there so people can understand. And you don't have these you know, influencers influencing the market. You know, that's the problem. That's why they're called influencers. It's because they influence the market to point in directions that other corporations want them to go. And I'm not that kind of person. I want people to understand what works, be able to do what works. I want you to do what works. I want you to have the knowledge you need to be successful at getting rid of something that's not hard to get rid of. It really isn't. You know, there's a lot of people out there that want to tell you that bed bugs are impossible to get rid of, that you'll have them for the rest of your life. And there are exterminators that will tell you that. They will give you bad advice. And I've been doing bed bugs. I've been killing bed bugs now for 24 years. And I'm really good at killing bed bugs. It's one thing that I mean, my dad looked at me and he said, you know, you go and you research them, you'll be the bed bug guy. And I am the bed bug guy. I mean, see, I'm the bed bug guy. I like bed bugs so much that I put it on my license plate. So there you go. I like my job. And I like helping people. It's the best part of my job. It's honestly the best, absolute best part of my job is helping people. So. And I'm sitting here not making $1. I mean, people have donated, and I appreciate those that donate, but you don't have to. I sit here, I just want to help. I just like to help. Sit here for free and give you as much information as I can. So, see, Kristen needs to start up a YouTube channel. You need to start up a YouTube channel, and I'll promote you, and I'll send you people, and it'll be a girl exterminator. See, this is the thing we need. We need more people in the market doing videos like me to kind of change the market, change the industry, push it the way it needs to go. We'll be the influencers. What do you think about Alpine WSG? And it's good to use in the summer for all general pests. That's what I use. I use Alpine WSG year-round interior. Exterior, no, but interior, yes. Exterior, I use different things. I use bifenthrin, cypermethrin, Onslaught, Fast Cap, different chemicals throughout the year. But inside, I use Alpine. So, oh, big camera scared. She says she's camera shy, Alicia. Was I?
No, you weren't, but you did get a lot better over the years at making videos.
The more I sit and talk to myself, the better I am at doing it. But people look at you weird if you start talking to yourself.
I think the biggest thing, and this is what another person was saying, another YouTuber said, is that no matter what's wrong with you, like there's something wrong with you, anything that they can poke fun at, they're going to do it. And you just got to kind of go with that, because people are going to be people.
I wish people would poke more fun at me, because I actually like that. I laugh at stuff like that. That's probably why people don't do it, is because I joke with people. I said, you know, you have to have thick skin to be on YouTube, because people are going to criticize you and say that you're stupid. But the thing is, if that's the best they can come up with, is that, oh, you're just dumb. Well, then that's not a very good, that's not a very good argument.
People made some comments that you look like this person or different things like that. Some person said you looked sickly a couple years ago.
Really?
About you being sickly? Yeah. Yeah, I remember that a few years ago.
If I do like this.
And I just thought it was funny, and so did you. We didn't really think about it much more after that.
Do I look sickly? How many people in here think I look sickly?
You know, I think it was right after you had COVID.
Oh, well, I was sickly after COVID.
But I think
I lost almost 30 pounds on the COVID diet. I'm telling you, that was more effective than Jenny Craig, and it only took 2 weeks. I had a guy, that landlord that hired me to do the 6-unit apartment, got a quote for $7,000 for bed bugs, and I went in there and did a whole lot cheaper.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
$7,000?
Lynchburg?
That is the highest bed bug quote I have heard in Lynchburg.
I know, like Northern Virginia, yeah. Like,
Northern Virginia is like $12,000 quote. That's the highest in Northern Virginia. But yeah, $7,000 for a bed bug treatment for a 6-unit apartment.
That's insane.
And they're vacant. So, yeah, I think that's why people don't poke so much fun at me, Candy, is because I poke fun at myself. Because, I poke fun at everybody. I don't mean anything by it. In today's world, people would think, well, he's so mean. Why is he so mean? I'm really not. I poke fun at myself. I think people are comical. And there are some really funny things that we do as people. As every person in the world has done funny things in their life and can recount these stories and laugh about it. And that's how I am. I mean, I got stories that tell me, Kristen. Now, Kristen's an exterminator. Now, I'm going to put Kristen on the spot. So, every exterminator that I know personally, has a poop story. Okay? Every exterminator has one. Because we're exterminators. We're rural. We're out. Every exterminator has a horrible poop story that's done it long enough. All right, so I've been doing this my entire life since I was a kid.
You have several poop stories.
I have had a route for 24 years. But my funniest thing that's ever happened to me, well, I got 2 poop stories, and they both happened at the exact same house. Because it was a house, and I'm gonna share a story. All right, so here's my poop story. Let's share. Oh, let me get up here and get a little more comfortable. Let me get on my car more comfortable here. So, I used to service this house. This was years ago when I've been doing my own route for 24 years since I was 17, and so I was probably 19 or 20 when this happened, and now I'm 41. So it's been over 20 years. But I was working for my father's company, and I was out at Smith Mountain Lake, Virginia. Now, in Smith Mountain Lake, Virginia, there are houses that people You know, they close during the wintertime. They'll winterize them and they'll close them. And then, now I didn't know this. I didn't know what winterizing was, because I've always lived in a house, and you know, when you go on vacation, the house is warmed up. You know, people turn the pipes on, they got the water running. I didn't know houses were winterized. I didn't know this was a thing. I was young and stupid. Okay? Now I'm different. I'm completely different now. But you know, everybody's got to poop. Everybody's got to use the bathroom. Everybody has to go at some point in the day. Everybody. All right? It's fact of life. It's the way people are. I get out to this guy's house, and nature calls, of course. I got to use bathroom. And I didn't know. When I flipped up the toilet, I didn't know why the water was green. I just figured nobody had been in the house for maybe a month or so. I didn't know. I was young. There was toilet paper there. And so I pooped. And when I pooped, and then I went to flush, toilet didn't flush because all the water had been drained out of the tank. And not only that, the water was off in the house. So the water pipes had been drained. They had put antifreeze in the bowl. So the toilet bowl had antifreeze in it. And I didn't know that's why it was green, but that's why it was green, because it was antifreeze in the bowl to keep the bowl from freezing. And here, not only is there antifreeze in the bowl anymore, there's other stuff in the bowl too now. So what do? You're at Smith Mountain Lake. So what I did was I walked down to Smith Mountain Lake, Virginia, to the lake with a 5-gallon bucket that I found in the guy's basement. And I filled it with lake water. And I came back up and I flushed the toilet with lake water. But luckily, I had some antifreeze in the back of my truck because I had had problems with my radiator about 3 or 4 months earlier. So I took antifreeze in, and I poured a little bit of antifreeze in the bowl because I knew now, because I called my dad. What I did was I called my father, and I was like, he's like, Jason, you can't use the bathroom in that guy's house in the wintertime. His toilets, they will freeze. You have got to put more. Go back and look in the back of your truck, get some antifreeze, and put it in the bowl. So that's what I did. And I put some antifreeze in the bowl. And, you know, every month when I went to the guy's house until he came to open it back up for the summer, I had to put a little bit more water in that bowl because, just so you know, lake water's got all kinds of bacteria in it. So when I came back the following month, nobody had been there but me. But I've been back the following month, went in, and the toilet had stuff growing in it. So it wasn't bad. It wasn't so bad that it was just, you know, that I had flushed the toilet with lake water, but it was lake water, and it had grown like mold on the surface of the water. So I had to go back down to the lake because it's the only place that there was water, and get a little more water and flush the toilet again, add a little more antifreeze to the water. And I had to do this every month just because I had to poop. All because I had to poop. And it was absolutely awful. It was absolutely awful. So, and then a couple years later, I had to poop out there again. And when you gotta go, you gotta go. All right, you gotta go, you gotta go. So, what do? I don't want to flush the toilet with the guy's lake water again and have to do that every month, every single month. But I had to go, and I could not go anywhere but this guy's house. I had to use the bathroom. If I did not go, I was going to go in my pants, and I was not about to go in my pants. So I went out, and I've been going to the guy's house for years. I went out to his house. I found a shovel, okay, because I was always taught if you go in the woods, you bury your poop, okay? So I go out in the woods at his house, at this man's house, and I take the time to dig a little shovel, to dig a little hole. And I sit on this log, right? And I use bathroom in this guy's backyard. Nobody sees me or anything. Nobody's out. It's cold. It's cold. It's wintertime again. Everything's winterized again. And so I couldn't use the house. Otherwise, I would have just used bathroom in the house. So I didn't know this. But I dropped my keys in the guy's yard while I was pooping. Not my house keys, not my car keys, but all of the keys to the houses I had to service that day My route key ring fell out of my pocket. Now, he was the last one I need a key for. So I had already done his house, finished his house, locked up and everything. The keys fell out of my pocket right beside the spot where I just took a crap in the yard. Okay, it's in the woods. It's wooded. It's not the yard. It's in the woods. But my keys fell out there. So guess what happened? 3 weeks. Now, I didn't miss the keys because I didn't have anybody's house to go in the rest of the day. I didn't need the keys for any other house. I had already done all my key accounts. So what happened 3 weeks later? The guy came in for the winter to check on the house. Probably make sure nobody had flushed lake water down the toilet. But anyway, he came out. He called my dad on the phone, and he said, Billy, I think Jason might have lost his keys in my yard. He found my keys, and he mailed them back to my dad so my dad would have them. So, yep, that happened. That's so embarrassing. It's really embarrassing to recount it and remember it. And it's like, yeah. But hey, you gotta go. I love road crew because they always have a porta john. And I have absolutely used a road crew porta john before. So, and there's other times where you're out in the middle of nowhere and you gotta go, that has happened to me, but it's not, that's pretty eventful. It's the fact that it happened at the same house twice. It's like my bowels, by the time I get to this guy's house, they're like, all right, this is where we can poop. Let's go right now. Silly or anything, it's true. It's true stories. Those are absolutely true stories. Oh, you know what? Candy said, why not bring a 5-gallon bucket in the car with normal water? Oh, that would have been smart. I didn't think that. Well, there was lake water right there. I had water in the car. I have water. I always have like 4 or 5 gallons of water in the car anyway because I mix my chemical. I could have done that. I could have taken water. I already had water. I could have poured that in that would have worked a lot better. That would have been way more effective. But I didn't know. I didn't think about it. I was young and stupid. I said right at the beginning of the story, I was young and stupid. I'll tell you what's risky, Kristen. Drinking coffee. Drinking coffee after a big breakfast and then go to work. You don't know when the coffee's going to hit. But when the coffee hits, it's always in traffic. And you got to go and you got to figure out where am I going to go. And then you get these nervous looks from people in the food line when you're having to sneak by them and go, and I'm not there to buy chips or a sandwich. I'm there to use their commode or a Starbucks. I use Starbucks all the time. Starbucks got clean bathrooms. I will not hesitate to go, pull over, and go into Starbucks and use a restroom because they got nice, clean bathrooms. And I only use them for the bathroom most of the time. But I do get a Starbucks at the drive-thru sometimes, but I don't typically go in and get coffee. I usually order at the drive-thru. But yes, I've got the poop story. My son is 18. He has a poop story. We were at a customer's house, and so they always leave their basement door open. And it's one of those like sliding glass doors. And so when you go in, you do your job. I would always put the wood back in the sliding door. So I would lock the door behind me, make sure it was good and secure so it wouldn't open back up, no one could break in. And then I would go out through the garage door, and they had the button there so I could push it and close the door. So I would essentially lock myself out of the house. So me and Rory went to this lady's house, and she had left her door open. We went in, did the whole service. Rory went in, and he said, Dad, I got to use the bathroom. I said, all right, well, go use the bathroom. She doesn't care. I've known her for years. She always lets us use her restroom anyway. I said, go use her bathroom, and just don't forget to lock the door when you come out. So he comes out, locks the door, comes out. And we drive down the road. We leave, and he said, oh, Dad, I probably should have told you that I clogged her toilet. And I'm like, what? You just closed the door? You locked me out of the house? And you clogged her toilet? Yeah, I clogged her toilet. It would not flush. And I'm like, Rory, I would have gone in and used the plunger. I would have plunged the toilet for you. I could have done that for you. I would have gotten the toilet to work. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would have been smart, huh? Like, yeah, Yeah, that would have been a good idea to tell me that. I'm your dad. I would have liked to know. I would have cleaned up after you. So yeah. Yeah, so he left a clogged. She never said anything about it. She's still a customer. We went to her house Wednesday, but she never said anything about it. Anyway, I don't do adult diapers, Joe. Like the astronaut lady that traveled halfway across the country wearing adult diapers to go after some man.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Do you remember that, Alicia? That was a
Yeah,
crazy
I think
story.
I do remember that.
You carry a spare. I'm not an animal. And lots of baby wipes. I do carry a roll of toilet paper in the car, though. Because I have had to go on the side of the road and not have toilet paper, and that's not very nice. That's a pretty bad thing. Make sure you don't use poison ivy. But anyway, I'm going to end this live stream on a high note since we just told a couple of poop stories. Hopefully made you guys laugh. And we will talk to you next week. Y'all have a real good time, real great day, real great weekend. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. And I'll see y'all next week. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you later. Thanks.